Hi, in this video, I want to talk about leadership and why it is important to understand that leadership is influence. Now, leadership is not a position. As a counselor, you are given a badge, and by wearing that badge, the counselor badge, does not automatically make you a leader. While that position of a counselor facilitates your role in executing your leadership duties, it does not necessarily make you a leader. As a leader, you must have followers. So it is good to do a self-check and ask yourself, how many students in your circle of influence are really followers? Are people who trust in you as a role model? You are only a leader if you have followers. The position given to you as a counselor only makes it easier for you to execute your responsibility as a leader. It does not make you a leader. And that badge doesn't make you a counselor any more than wearing a cowbell make you a cow, or going into McDonald's make you a Big Mac. There is a difference between positional leadership versus a leadership of influence. Positional leadership has its pros and cons, and we see a lot of these in uniform groups, whereby there is a hierarchy of structure, whereby the sergeant can give commands to, say, the corporal and the private, and they jolly well do what the sergeant says, and likewise the sergeant better listen to the officer. So positional leadership is very useful in the sense that it is very effective and efficient in executing tasks in the shortest possible time. But it is not likely that through positional leadership alone that you achieve long-lasting change in an organization or in a school. And it is not likely that you gain the respect of followers by only believing in positional leadership. As a leader, it is also important for you to understand the other aspect of leadership as an influence. A leader of influence is someone who takes the time to build the relationship with the followers. So there's this role in the student council that is created called the section leader. We expect the section leaders to take care of the followers that are under his section, to get to know the people in the section. Do you know your mentees' siblings, how many siblings they have, what class they are from? For a start, have you gotten their phone numbers? I think these are the important things that you need to establish as a leader. Get to know the people who follow you. Get to know the people who are under you. And that is crucial in building a relationship. Leadership of influence is a function of communication. You can only influence people if you have the opportunity to communicate with them. So open up all channels of communication, either via your Facebook, through SMSs via your phone if it is convenient, and through face-to-face interactions, corridor meetings when you bump into each other. A hi will go a long way. A leader of influence will be able to produce real change in people and will most likely gain the respect of people that are following them. Now, positional leadership is not necessarily all bad, but it has to be used wisely. The reason is because it is not possible to be an influence all the time. Because to build relationships, it requires time, and sometimes it is easier to execute certain tasks using your position. There is a place for that. Also, not all followers respond well to an influential leader. Some followers simply prefer you to be short, sharp, and sweet, and you got to be aware of that. So depending on the people that you meet, depending on the situation and the events you're in, as a leader, you must be aware of when it is useful for you to execute and exert your position, and when it is a time to build influence, getting to know people and getting to be a significant part in their lives. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have learned a little bit more about positional leadership versus a leadership of influence. Thank you.